Today I'm gonna share with you my favorite ways to defend the Darce choke. What's up guys, and welcome back to the Jiu Jitsu Journal, where we help you bring your grappling game to the next level. I'm Nick Angeloni, and what I'm gonna share with you today is some of the do's and some of the don'ts that are gonna help prevent you from getting Darce choked. We're gonna start with basically the things that you can do that are gonna take away the opportunity for your opponent to do the Darce, and then we're gonna show some escapes that are gonna help you kind of get out of that situation just in case you messed up on that first part. All right, and if you want to like this video and learn something from it, please consider hitting that like button because it's the best thing you can do to help push our videos out to the other viewers out there on YouTube. All right, so with that, let's get into it. Okay, so most Darces are going to happen from side control. All of these same concepts apply from the half guard. It's a little harder for him to do it from half guard, but if you get a lanky guy with long limbs, it can happen. But these concepts are going to apply either way. And the main thing that I want to do is just not present an opportunity for me to get Darced. And the best way to do that is basically just make sure that my elbow never crosses his hip line. Okay, so if I'm in side control, I either want to have a frame, yeah, and you can control it however you want. Yeah, I either want to have a frame in here, or I want to have an underhook. Okay, like a nice long underhook where I'm reaching up into the sky. Okay, if at any point I see people do this all the time, and this is usually where I'm going to catch Darces. There's no reason for your elbow to come across this way, unless you're doing wrist control or something like that, in which case you can't get Darce because he only has one hand, right? But you don't need to reach in here. There's basically no reason for your elbow to cross this hip line, okay? So if it does cross the hip line, it's super easy for him to try to reach through and lock this Darce up, okay? But now watch. Coming back out, obviously, I mean, you can't do it there, right? You try to reach through and get a Darce, there's just nothing there. But if I have a deep underhook and he tries to reach through, watch his hands back here. If he even can get a grip, it's gonna be barely on his fingers. Go ahead and reach through. Pretty hard to reach, right? And if you get a guy that's really long, he may be able to lock it up, but he's gonna have a grip like this. It's not gonna be a super strong grip, okay? So again, concept number one, don't let your elbow pass this hip line, okay? If it comes in here, he's gonna shoot that Darce. He should shoot that Darce through every time, okay? Frame or underhook all the time. Okay, so we're gonna look at what happens now. Say I made a mistake of bringing my hand in, or say this guy's super long, he was still able to lock a Darce up. The thing you need to understand about a Darce is this forearm is gonna be on this artery, right? Blocking that choke, and then my own shoulder blocks this artery, okay? So there's nothing really I can do about this arm once it's locked in, but what I can deal with is my shoulder. Okay, and everything I'm gonna be doing in this escape is just gonna be dealing with creating space for this artery. So once this choke is locked in, first thing I can do is put this hand and I can post it on the mat, okay? You'll see once I turn back towards him, I'm kind of trying to look at the camera right now. This hand posted on the mat is gonna keep this elbow elevated, and subsequently my shoulder is gonna stay elevated as well. So once I go here, this isn't gonna give me an escape, it's gonna buy me a little bit of time to get to the next stage. This is kind of my first checkpoint, okay? So once I'm here, he locks this in, tries to give it a squeeze. It's gonna give me just a little bit of space. That's still pretty tight. I still can't survive here forever, but I have just enough space, okay? So that's checkpoint one. Okay, then once I can get this, the next best thing I wanna do is work from here to here. Now once my hand is posted on his hip, my elbow is so far back and I'm pulling his shoulder so far away, there's tons of space. I don't know if you can see underneath here, but tons of space for this artery here. So once I'm here, go ahead and squeeze every time. Now you can hear my voice. I'm choking just a little, but I can hang out here. Go ahead and squeeze. I'm okay here, okay? Now from here, this is checkpoint two. I want to basically get home, okay? Once I can get here, what I'm going to do is my hand to here, and I'm going to slowly walk my hand back to my own hip. Now go ahead and give me a squeeze as hard as you can. I can talk completely clear. I'm not choking at all, okay? So go ahead and squeeze one more time. Now once he does this, he's either gonna squeeze himself out or he's gonna recognize there's no choke. Most of the time I find I can actually just break his grip apart because I have so much leverage here. But if I can't, he's gonna let go at that point. Okay, now sometimes the Darce can happen in the reverse position, right? It can happen from the bottom. Now the same concepts of avoidance are going to apply. For example, so if you haven't seen this move, go ahead and just run through that Darce. So he's gonna basically just post on my hip, slide out, go ahead, slide out through the bottom. You're gonna lock up the Darce right here, okay? Now the same thing, it's about the hip line, okay? My elbow has to be over here for this to work. So if I'm over here, let's say he starts to spin, because a lot of times we use this side control, my elbow on this side, that's fine. Say he starts to spin. If my elbow goes over here, go ahead. He can't reach. Go ahead, lock up your Darce. Right, yeah, he can't reach, right? So you can maybe get your fingers, but go ahead and squeeze. There's nothing going on there, all right? So that's the first thing you need to realize is that if you sense that he's starting to marse in this situation, your elbow on the other hip should shut this down. But sometimes guys are fast, sometimes they're actually really good at trapping the elbow on this side, and we don't have that option. So let's just look how to escape, okay? So I'm here, he spins underneath, and he locks up this choke. Okay, so now look, what I wanna do is I wanna first sit him up, okay? I'm gonna post with the leg that's near his head and sit him up. Now this hand, okay, I'm gonna get it underneath his back. The higher towards his neck I can get it, the better. Okay, I'm gonna reach through and try to get this up towards his shoulder blades, okay? Now from here I lay him back down, and all I'm gonna do, go ahead and lock up as tight as you can. All I'm gonna do is drive my shoulder down towards my hand. I wanna sandwich his ribs between my hand and my shoulder. And the lock breaks. All right, guys, as always, thank you for watching. Today we covered 3 concepts to help you defend and escape the Darce. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button, and also we have tons more coming out in the future, so hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification so you know when our next videos come out. All right, guys, we will see you on the next one.